Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. So Fox News said that millennials will die broke. What does that really mean? So I don't want to misquote what Fox News said. They really said that millennials don't want to be homeowners. We don't want to own our own homes. We want BlackRock to own everything and that we will be renters forever, a renters nation, right? They're saying that because interest rates are so high, which they are, that we would prefer to rent. No, we don't. Fox News, we don't prefer to rent. Okay? I'm not a renter. For anybody who is new and watching my channel, I own 2 properties and I'm proud of that. But I also understand that there are some people who were late to the party. There were some people who were late to the ball game, and interest rates have more than doubled in just 18 months. So what can we do about that, right? If we weren't able to take advantage of that short window of opportunity, what can we do about that? So now people are now putting a narrative in our head that we prefer to rent because we have no other option, right? That's unbelievable. That is unbelievable. And I'm going to talk about another topic, how the boomer generation have absolutely set up millennials for failure. And it's because I know a lot of boomers who are probably watching this right now and they're thinking, well, I can help out my child. I can help out my nephew. I can help out my significant other's children by doing X, Y, and Z, which is giving them free money, not allowing them to work for it. And that's exactly why we have the most debt in America today, is because people have no idea what money costs because they're just being handed money. They don't know what the value of money is because they don't ever have to work for it. I got to where I am because I had to work for everything that I've received, right? Every house that I bought, every investment that I made. And if something came along the way to boost that, whether it was a gift of money or whatever, it was already in the act of me doing what it is that I was going to do. So it held no bearing on what was going to get done. It just helped in the process of how much the monthly payment may be or how much I would make on X amount of investments. So this is why I made the previous video that the American dream is over. It's because I don't see how someone who is just entering the workforce, when we have the lowest unemployment ever, I mean, not the lowest unemployment ever, but the lowest unemployment in the last 5 years at 3.7%, how we expect there to be a insane boost of economic growth for the average everyday worker. We're not going to see an increase in raises that are 10, 20, 30% unless you're in the car manufacturing industry and you saw those strikes, you saw what they were doing, and you also see the layoffs that is happening in that sector because they cannot pay everybody that amount of money, right? And so now you have a situation where you can't demand more money and interest rates will go down, but then you will be paying so much more for it. Prices will double. And people like me who already have houses ready to rent, if a tenant does leave, I can almost double the price of what rent is, because now I'm in a situation where even though housing prices won't move up as fast because of the interest rates, the rent prices can, because of the high interest rates and what home affordability looks like right now. So even though the value of the home isn't going up too much, the rent is. So this is another situation that is going to make multiple millionaires who are able to get in at 2, 3, even 4% interest rates and then able to increase their rents by 20, 30, 40% just to kind of stay in the ballpark of where housing prices are, because you have to raise rents in order to keep housing prices high so that people can now start to gauge which one is better, to do, right? If rents are so low, then housing prices probably will need to get lower, or interest rates will need to get lower in order to incentivize people to actually start to buy properties again. And so keeping rents higher will allow for housing prices to also go higher, because now is going to be a comparable to, okay, it's better to buy than to rent. But right now it is absolutely better to rent due to the fact that rents haven't caught up to the prices of housing yet. And with the interest rates the way they are, it would literally cost me 2 times as much to repurchase my home today at the same price. 2 times as much to repurchase my home at the same price. It is absolutely insane what interest rates are right now. So, do millennials want to rent, or do they not have a choice? You see the wordplay that's used there? Like, we don't have a choice. We don't have a choice whether we want to rent or to own, right? That's been taken away with the Fed raising interest rates to a level in which the average person cannot afford a home. I have people moving to different cities to purchase housing right now, and they are a decade older than me. So that just goes to show what people are having to do. They're having to move to more rural areas, move out of the city lines in order to afford something right now. They're willing to drive 40 minutes there, 40 minutes back home, because they just can't afford what's inside city limits. And yes, city housing is always going to be the most expensive, but I mean, you should still be able to stay within the ecosystem, right? Not go to an entirely new city in order to afford something. And so, just to say, hey, I'm a homeowner, I now have to travel and add another 40 minutes of travel into my life every day for the rest of my life. That's insanity, right? But that's what we have to do. That's what we have to do in order to build wealth, in order to build some stability in our lives, in order to start to have a family. And instead of saying that's insanity, I take that back. That's a smart strategy, but it is very time consuming. Right? So this is what some people now have to do in order to live a life worth living. And then hopefully refinance when interest rates do get lower in 2024, as Jerome Powell stated that he would lower interest rates at least 3 times in 2024, which should help a little bit, but not enough to really ease the burden of higher housing costs. Now, with that said, what do you believe? Do you believe that it's time to buy right now while interest rates are high and refinance later? Do you believe that you'll just wait until 2025, like some people are thinking of doing, in order for interest rates to drop down to a reasonable level and then purchase a property? Or are you on board with renting forever, being a renter's nation, not having to worry about all these costs, all these emergency things that are associated with owning a home? For me, I think that if you are renting and it's cheaper, guess what? That means the mortgage is cheaper than that. If you buy now, you eventually will have something cheaper than rent. That is my take on that. So if you like this video, make sure you leave a like, comment, and subscribe. I post every single day at 8 a.m. daily on YouTube and on Rumble, and I can't wait to see you on the next one. Peace.